Today.
Good evening. Thank you very much for joining the November 16th, 2020 City Council Workshop and Meeting. Start off our workshops this morning. Mr. Cousins and Rosemary Mosier talking about downtown housing inventory and the scoring model.
So they're going to be coming in there through the...
Via the Zoom?
They're in the community room.
Staying over there.
Very good. Okay, so
I think we're here. Okay, so we are talking about the downtown housing inventory and scoring model, and I wanted to start off by just showing you what we've been doing. And I'm probably going to get a little further in the technology than I usually like to, but it's really cool. So we're going to be using we have two GoPro cameras that we put on either side of a vehicle and drove down, had a police officer that put it on the car and drove down, and in 25 minutes we were able to collect photographs for all of the downtown area. And these are what they look like if you come by here. So it basically takes a photo every half a second. And so you can see as he drove down the road, we have these really high quality photos. They take a second to load, but they're really high quality photos all up and down the roads. And then we can, from there, use a quick program that takes those photos and attaches them to the nearest lot. And so now we can actually attach, if I click on any one of these, I can see that there are two photos. I'll open those up. So in this case, they're not very exciting. But I can look at any of the photos that are attached to those particular lots. And then the third piece is going to be, we're going to implement something that's called a photo survey. This is not Auburn. This was a sample that we got, and I'm still working on trying to get this implemented. But essentially what happens is you're able to look at the photos. You can look at any of the photos that were taken. So I can look at in this case, they have 3 photos from different angles. I can say this is the best photo in the market, and then I start asking a bunch of questions or answering a bunch of questions. So is there a structure on the property? Yes. Ask me the foundation type, or is the lot overgrown? No. What's the type of foundation? I can't tell, and it won't let me past it. So is there roof damage? This is designed to be a bit of a looking for damage after a storm, perhaps. So you answer a bunch of questions and then submit them. So that's what we're going to be doing. And we'll be able to take, I think we shared with you in your packet, the survey questions, and I will bring that up here. Hold on one sec, get to the right tab. This is what the survey is going to look like. So there'll be a parcel ID. Is there a structure on the property? If the answer yes, it opens up a bunch of other questions. Condition of the foundation, boarded doors and windows, and they pick from a drop-down. Condition of the roof, gutters and downspouts, paint, etc. So they answer a whole bunch of questions and submit it, and each one of those goes on into a database that is attached to that map. And this was in your packet. Those are the questions that we have added to that survey. So I think, is there anything you want to add to that before we talk about the scoring?
Well, I think that this is something that the council had asked for, to get some data and quantitative information about the condition of neighborhoods. It'll be really helpful to be able to tie that to a map so you can look at clusters of either good conditions to try to promote those, or problems to try to address them and help the property owner improve the quality of the structure. And it'll help with staff and the council, I think, as we prioritize our resources for both code compliance, but also for incentives to help with things that aren't necessarily life safety or health issues, but to prioritize our limited resources to try to have the biggest impact possible.
And so just to add one other thing, once we finish this, we will be able to, this is a map of residential building permits. You'll be seeing a dashboard in the next few weeks on this. but these are our residential dashboard, residential permits for the last 6 years. We would be able to combine things like the residential dashboard. We'd be able to combine things like calls for service for police and fire. We can look at the year built of the properties. We can look at whether the property is a historic property or not, and combine those things. And as Eric mentioned, we can look at the different ways that we display that, and I just wanted to